Hey guys, so I'm determined to finish this series for you all. I'm not going to be one of those people that gives you all incomplete work. So this is told you all I had three. I wrote down three things and did not realize that it was going to be three separate videos, but I guess I could talk about these three separate topics for a very long time. And I would love to get with you all, some of you out here, and we could have a discussion together. We could do a video together. We could do a podcast together. So please let me know if you are interested. Like, really, the sky is the limit with this YouTube platform and the podcast. And of course, we have IGTV now. So I really would like for you all to collaborate with me. Someone, please collaborate with me. Because I know, you don't always just want to see my face. But until that time comes, y'all will just continue to see my face. So our series is the top 3 worst things that singles do to themselves. So the last thing for this particular series, I of course start another series because there's so many, honestly, things that we do to ourselves that are just awful as single people. But the last one for this series will be wasting time. Wasting time is one of the worst things that singles do to themselves. And I have been guilty with my right hand. I have been guilty of wasting time for sure. And I do have some regrets. I do my best not to feel bad about it, but I've had my share of wasting time. And I don't think I really need to spend a lot of time on this. This is very self-explanatory. But for those of you that need some help with critical thinking skills, I encourage you and I urge you to reevaluate your time. Reevaluate what you do every day. Reevaluate what time you get up every morning, what time you start work, what time you end work. What are you doing while you at work? On top of what are you doing after work? If you choose to go to the gym, what are you doing at the gym? As singles, we need to do our best to maximize our time. I mean, do I need to say it anymore? Do I need to say it anymore? Like, living a single life is literally like living like one of the best lives ever. And I don't feel like the single life get as much credit as it should. Like, I guess it's just depending on where you are, depending on what your environment teaches you or shows you or what you see more of or whatever the case may be. I just feel like there's so many doors of opportunities for singles because you're not bound to a marriage, you're not bound to family, you're not, it's just so much freedom. But this makes me just feel so good right now. Like, the longer that I'm single, legit, like, this is true story. The longer that I'm single, the more appreciation that I have for singleness. And I never thought that could ever be true. I never thought that could be true because for so many years, I wanted to be married. And I wanted to be married young, and I wanted to have kids young. And obviously, that was not the life that God decided to choose for me. And like, I'm going a little rant here, but I'm gonna bring it in about wasting time. Believe me, I'm gonna bring it in. But I was upset for years. I was upset for a number of years about that. And I won't say until I was about last year. I want to say probably like mid 2017. I started having a more appreciation like never before for singleness and for singles. Being single is such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful gift. And if you do it right, you will have fulfillment. If you do it right. That's the key. If you're always waiting for the next big thing, if you're always waiting for Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong, or Mrs. Right or Mrs. Wrong come your way, if that's all you're focusing on is your next date, how in the world are you going to get in a relationship? How in the world are you going to get engaged? How in the world are you going to get married? Already having all your wedding preparations taken care of before you even dating someone, or whatever the case may be. And you're not, like I said in those other two things I mentioned, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not doing adequate self-care, and if you're not living your God-given purpose, you're living single life wrong. I'm not here to debate with nobody. Not here to debate, but I can debate, but I'm not here to debate. What I'm saying is the absolute truth, but I'm saying this from personal experience and from things that I have seen from other people. So, wasting time. If you are a high school student, or if you already graduated from high school, I urge you, and I've said this before, I urge you to go to college, go to university, or go to trade school, go to the military, go develop a skill or something, or go work for a multimillionaire. But you need to maximize your time. Please don't sit around your parents' house all summer long, all fall, after you graduate from high school, trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life. You better get up, out that bed, off those video games, off of Netflix, off of YouTube, off that phone, and you need to go ahead and go to school and maximize your time. Go pick up a trade, go to Peace Corps, like, do something with your life. Like, I don't know why I have to keep saying this, but this is just something so passionate with me, because I just see so many young people, so many of my peers just wasting their life. You're wasting so much time. And you know, I'm going to try my best not to get emotional once again on this video. But just the other day, just yesterday, because I'm like right now, I'm sort of like in this transition right now. Not really fully, but I'm somewhat in this transition in life right now. I'm working on my licensure. And I'm praying, and I'm hoping I can be done next year. It just seems like it's just taking so long for me to finish. It's just like, why does this take so long for me to get my license for the state of Virginia for counseling? But I'm praying and hoping I could be done by next year. Like, by the end of next year, no later, Jesus' name, no later than December 2019, I have to have my license in my hand, and so I can keep it moving, because there's some other things I want to do with my life. And I realize that I am 6 years away. Let's do the math here. So what is, I should know this by heart, but I don't. Is that 72? That is 72. So it is 72. So I was minding my business yesterday, and this thought came to me. 6 years from now, I will be 36 years old. 10 years from now, I will be 40 years old. 6 years and 10 years for me isn't that long anymore to me, because I know how fast it goes now. After living through my whole entire 20s, I realized my 20s came and gone. I'm trying to figure out, like, my 20s are not a blur. Like, I remember so many things about my 20s, and I'm thankful that I was able to maximize a lot of my time, but there is still some time that I did waste that, like, for example, YouTube. I could have really did YouTube back in 2010. Like, I already was part of it since 2011. And wow, think about where I could be right now with using YouTube. All these years later. Wasted time. But anyways, and this thought came to me was like, when you're 36, you're halfway through your life. And I won't say I got scared, but I kind of got scared. If the Lord tarries, if God decides to continue to tarry that long, which I don't believe, I just kind of feel like Jesus is going to come back before then. But I still plan to live my life as if I'm going to be elderly, old age. And so I started getting kind of scared, y'all. I was like, Kim, you gotta live your life. You gotta live your life. You gotta live and I just felt this more of a sense of urgency to live the life that is best for me. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm already 30. I'll be 36 in 6 years. I will be 40 in 10 years. And I'll be literally halfway through my life. And it just became so real for me yesterday. Like, it became so real for me. I'm trying to figure out how should I put my hair up for y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. Killing some time for y'all. That's what I'm doing. So, anyways, that don't look right, though. Right. Just really like this hairstyle. But anyways, wasting time, which what I'm doing right now. Perfect example. So that became really real. That became very real for me just in 2 days. And something else I want to share with you all 11 minutes in is that live your life. Live your life. There's a time and season for everything. And, if you're a Christian, if, you're putting God first and you're allowing God to guide your steps and to lead you and guide you in His life, like the sky is the limit. Like, there's just so many things that you can do and experience. And I'm a true believer that God has created this earth for us to enjoy it, and of course to see His glory in all these things. And I think that sometimes we get so bogged down with pleasing, and I've said this in other videos, but I know someone else needs to hear it again. You get so bogged down with trying to please everyone around you. You live it for everybody but yourself. And you can't live your life through everyone. That is wasted time. That is wasted time, because when you take your last breath, in whatever shape and form that is, like, we all has appointed time to die. We do not know when that day is. That day may be today. That day may be tomorrow. That day may be next week. That day may be next month. It may be next year. It may be 5 years from now. It may be 30 years from now. It may be 50 years from now. Like, we don't know. But whenever we take their last day on this earth, Lord knows. I want to be able to have something to share with other people, like leave some type of legacy. And I want to leave this rant for you all. Like, I do not have to have kids to leave a legacy. If the Lord decides to take me before I have children, I want to be able to leave. I want my name to be able to have some type of weight for my nieces, for my nephews, for my family, for my community, for the single community or whatever, for, if I have a husband at the time, that I did some incredible things that they are proud and that they could still use while I'm gone. And it's just so essential for us to have a good name for ourselves. We must have a good name for ourselves, but one of the ways of doing that, you need to use your time wisely. Use your time wisely. Young person that's in high school or graduating high school already did. Get yourself a job. single people, my single adults, like, if you don't got a job, y'all didn't get a job like today. Like you need to be at the employment office like today. If you don't got a job, like do something. Like, start making YouTube videos. Start doing something. Like start cleaning up your house, cleaning up other people's houses. Like get yourself a job. Like, this foolishness of being single and no job. Like, get out of here with this foolishness, people. Like, get out. Like, stop playing with your time. Like, there was a ton of interpretation at my church like last week. It was pretty much saying like how Jesus is coming back, and he's coming really back like really soon. And I know we've been saying this generation after generation, decades after decades, but like, even like, I know Jesus will be coming back, but like I said before, like, we're not guaranteed life on this earth tomorrow. Like, tomorrow's not promised to us. Like, God has not told us, you know, what's going to happen in each decade of our lives. He didn't tell us the age and the day and the place or whatever that we're going to die. Like, he shared that with some people probably, but he didn't share that with me, and this is really bothering me right now. Like, I need to cut this off for something. Or I could just pull it out because it's really bothering me right now. But yeah, like, come on, like, stop wasting your time. Like, God has given us all giftings and talents. Like, start using them. Start using them. And like I told you all, like, when I started this video, go back and look at my old videos. But like, that's what I was saying. Like, that was one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel. Like, I supposed to did this like years ago. But like I said, wasting time, listening to other people, feeling like I can't do this, or I don't have like the voice for YouTube. But it's like, I know I have a story to tell. Like, I've got my experiences, good and bad, and someone else needs to hear this information. And like, take note and observe. Like, don't make the same mistakes I've made. Don't make the same mistakes someone else has made. Like, I'm trying to help you. And so, being a single, like, get your life together, man. Like, yes, I'm getting tired of sitting in the supervision for licensure, but you know what? It's going to be worthwhile when I have that certification in my hands, and no one can take that away from me. And all I have to do is pay for an annual fee every year to keep it. But I have to go to supervision 2 to 4 hours a week. I have to go to work. I have to see clients. I got to do paperwork. I have to study for this exam. I don't feel like doing it, but I got to maximize my time while I'm young, because I'm telling you right now, when I become 60, 70 years old, if the Lord tarries, I'm not going to be sitting here working 40 plus hours being 60, 70 years old. Like, y'all, like, single people, young single people that's listening to this, like, we have to maximize our times, and we have to come together, and we have to encourage one another. Like, don't get mad. Don't get mad when another single comes to you and try to encourage you and try to inspire you and try to build you up. I'm not here to tear nobody down. I'm here to help you, build you up, and say, like, you have potential. Like, let's get it together, because you don't know when your last time is on this earth. And if you're at a place where you feel like you don't care about living, you need to call a counselor. You need to go see a counselor. You need to go see a psychologist. Like, go see a psychiatrist. Please go get the help that you need. Go talk to a pastor. Go talk to an elder. Like, go talk to a friend, somebody. But no single on this earth should be thinking about they don't have no place on this earth. There's plenty of room for you. There's plenty of opportunity for you. Like, it just drives me crazy how many jobs and opportunities are out here. There's so many things to be out here doing in the communities. You know how many churches, how many centers in just in Hampton Roads alone that needs volunteers. Like, my church, for example, like, we're always needing volunteers. You know, it's just like, there's so many opportunities for you out here. So don't come to me telling me you're bored. Like, if you're a single young person, you don't even come to me telling me you're bored. Bored should be a foreign language to you. Like, that should not even come out of your mouth. You always need to be doing something with your time, even if it's just you resting and trying to rejuvenate your body and your mind. But each hour needs to be accounted for. The other thing too, I know I'm going on a crazy rant right now, but 19 minutes in, I need to get this together. These phones that we have, these screens that we have, these laptops we have, these tablets that we have, You people, you single people. And I know it's just not single people, but I'm talking to single people because I'm single. Because, you know, you start talking to other people and they be like, you don't know nothing about my life because you know, whatever. But talk to single people. You need to put stuff in. If you do not have a physical planner to mark out what you're doing every day, you need to put it in your phone. Like, you need to keep track of what you're doing. Like, the past couple weeks, I have been blown away as to how many of my peers don't have nothing to keep track of what they do on a daily basis. It has been blowing my mind. It has been blowing my mind how many people I have come in contact with, and they don't have a planner. They don't keep their work schedule. They don't keep future events in their phones. They just go day by day. You're wasting time if you're living life that way. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're wasting time if you're living that way. Like, my day tomorrow is pretty much halfway planned. My day tomorrow is halfway planned. I already know I'm trying to get up early. It's already 12:08, July 5th, 2018. So I'm already planning to get up somewhat early and going to the office first. I gotta go see 2 clients, and then paperwork, then gym, then eat, and Uber, and I need to pay rent in the morning. So my day tomorrow is already planned, and it just behooves me. It behooves me, if that's even a word, how some of you all don't have nothing scheduled. And that's why y'all always say y'all don't have time to go to the gym. Y'all don't have time to go on a vacation. Y'all don't have time to go hang out with friends. That's why y'all don't have time to whatever you do, because you don't keep track of it. You're wasting time if you don't keep track of your time. Catch that. You're wasting time if you don't keep track of your time. You're wasting time if you don't keep track of your time. So that is the video of the top 3 worst things that singles do to themselves. And this is the last reason. I'm 22 minutes in. Not gonna hold you on too long. I know I got hype, I got lit, but that was for someone. So feel free to continue to subscribe, share, like, and comment. And I really hope this brings some type of encouragement, inspiration, or motivation to you. But also you see that I'm very passionate about some areas like this. So like I said, I could talk about these things all day. And so I'm looking for collaborators. Feel free to contact me. So peace out, and you all continue to have a great day and week.